Welcome dear students of Bihar Board Class 12th to this video. Here I will be summarizing and analyzing I Have a Dream, the historic speech by Martin Luther King Jr. I am sure you will learn everything from this video. It will going to help you in your upcoming board exam. So before starting, please like, share this video and subscribe my channel. Let's start. The speaker, Martin Luther King Jr., born in 1929 and passed away in 1969, was a Baptist minister and civil rights activist who received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. His key works include Strength to Love, Stride Toward Freedom, Why We Can't Wait. His legacy is one of peace and racial justice. The speech was delivered on August 28, 1963, on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, Washington, D.C., during the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. Over 250,000 people gathered for this historic event. King was deeply influenced by Mahatma Gandhi and his philosophy of nonviolent resistance, known as satyagraha. The goal was to fight injustice without hatred and awaken the oppressor's conscience. King begins by referencing the Emancipation Proclamation. However, he notes that 100 years later, the Negro is still not free, crippled by segregation and poverty. King uses the bad check metaphor. The Constitution and Declaration of Independence promised life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness to all men, but America has given the Negro people a bad check marked insufficient funds, while he refuses to believe the Bank of Justice is bankrupt. He stresses the fierce urgency of now, stating that this is no time to engage in the luxury of cooling off or take the tranquilizing drug of gradualism. 1963 is a beginning, not an end. King employs visual contrast, moving from the dark and desolate valley of segregation and quicksands of racial injustice towards the sunlit path of racial justice and the solid rock of brotherhood. The method of struggle requires dignity and discipline. He said that the struggle must be conducted on the high plane of dignity. We must not allow our creative protest to degenerate into physical violence. He insisted no hatred. King urges his followers not to satisfy their thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. He strongly stated the power of soul force, saying that we must rise to the majestic heights of meeting physical force with soul force, spiritual strength. King emphasizes inclusivity with "we cannot walk alone." He recognizes white allies, stating that their destiny and freedom are inextricably bound to black freedom. The core of the speech is his vision, summarized by the powerful quote, "I have a dream." It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. Vision 1 is brotherhood in Red Hills of Georgia, where the sons of former slaves and slave owners will sit together at the table of brotherhood, symbolizing reconciliation and the end of historical hatred. Vision 2 is the transformation of Mississippi, a state known for extreme racism. He envisions it turning from a heat of injustice into an oasis of freedom. Vision 3 centers on his children, and perhaps the most famous line of the speech. He says, "I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin but by the content of their character." Vision 4 is unity in Alabama, where little black boys and white boys join hands as sisters and brothers. This symbolizes innocence overcoming learned hatred. King concludes by quoting the patriotic song, "My Country, 'Tis of Thee," demanding that freedom ring from every mountainside. Crucially, freedom must also ring from the south, naming Stone Mountain of Georgia, Lookout Mountain of Tennessee, every hill and molehill of Mississippi. The speech culminates in the powerful declaration from an old Negro spiritual, "Free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last." The speech's lasting impact includes mobilizing support for the Civil Rights Act of 1964, King's Nobel Peace Prize, and its universal relevance as a timeless call for justice and equality.
Please remember to like this video, share it with your friends, and make sure you subscribe to the channel right here.